The bridgehead on the North Ask had protected the western lands from lizardmen and Novades since ancient times. While Cassia and her gladiators distracted the commander, the silent mercenaries approached from the north. The mercenaries dragged the young commander of Akiza by the hair into their camp and put her in a cage. At the same time, a delivery from the Eurasian Empire arrived. "We appreciate your righteous fight for freedom and send you our finest longbows," read the Imperial message.
Do you ever question Kor's plans?
Every day. Sometimes it all seems wrong to me. Why? Why am I Kor's brutal tool? You were no stranger to haunting questions either.
And how do you make them disappear?
I take a knife and cut my skin. As soon as the blood flows, my thoughts are pure again.
I want you to fall in love.
With you, mistress?
With Niobe. I cannot trust her, but I need her recipes.
You want me to seduce her? I've already failed at that once. And my ego has taken quite a few blows since then.
Whom else should I ask? The dwarf. I have complete trust in your abilities. About Niobe.
Ah, she's a double-dealing snake. She stole my gold, and I want her head.
As soon as the Karapia flies over Mengbilla, you shall have it. You're the only one not constantly staring at me.
My sister was once attacked by a dream leech. She was a beautiful girl, but afterwards, her face shriveled.
What happened to her?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Would your tribe do everything you asked of them?
My tribe will stay where they are. Gamaluk's son will not bleed his own children.
Why not? Every other damn god does.
They won't fight for you.
Who are you? What are you?
Oh, you know me, my little chambermaid? So you are commander of Akiza now. You've come a long way.
Kyria? Kyria Cassia? Is that really you? Thank the gods! We thought you were dead. You are our guiding light. We loved you. How terrible. Your beautiful face.
Shut your mouth. Nice fall to the top, Nazreen. You defy gravity.
Yes, it's like a dream. Oh, you don't think... That's not what it's like. It could be Kyrios Marwan has taken a liking to me, but I never...
Smart girl. You always had a talent for swimming with sharks. You'll help me, won't you? Because you love me.
I'll do what I can. But if you want me to betray the first Kyrios...
I'd never ask that of you, Nazreen. There used to be some dreadful rumors about your little sister. You know what Mengbilla is like. A land of wagging tongues. Praying to a forbidden god. That's a death sentence. An anonymous pigeon to the right person, and they'll shave off Sweet Kareem's hair. But once I rule, I can silence all those ugly rumors.
A forbidden god? Which one? I only know about the 9.
Your sister knows a 10th one. The forbidden god of thieves.
Fine. What do I have to do?
The governor of Quaris. You know her?
Franya? Of course. I was her girl before Marwan bought me.
Meet with her. Drink a glass of wine together.
Why would I...
You know why.
You want me to... No. I cannot. I cannot kill someone.
Who said anything about killing? Some minor convulsions will suffice.
Your banner is well chosen, Kyria. You are a spider.
I'm only playing by your rules.
Deep in a labyrinth of stone and sand, Adamant's halls of creation lay hidden. To find the entrance, Cassia divided her force. But the closer they drew to Adamant's hideout, the more they distrusted the sand beneath their feet.
Shit! I hope you're friendlies. That would be the first time Hesindis answered my prayers.
And who are you?
Can't we do introductions later?
Not if you want me to save you.
Lucrezia Ashmanek, of the Order of Grey Staffs. And as long as you detest sand as much as I do, we're on the same side.
You're from the Eurasian Empire. What are you doing here?
More and more chimeras have passed our borders recently. My Grey Guard was sent to find out more. I'm the last one left.
What will you tell your order?
That these damned creators have to be taken out. The sooner the better.
I absolutely agree. Let's go through the portal.
Without me, if it's all right. I'm exhausted.
Adamant was the creator of countless golems. The great artist could breathe life into stone and sand, but he could not reanimate his petrified master, Namaka. For years he had been searching frantically for a way to reawaken her, all in vain.
Angros be with us. This is worse than being on a ship.
Look at the statue.
That has to be Namaka, the master creator, turned to stone by her own creation.
And not meant for your eyes. Don't come any closer.
The great Shaper was now a prisoner of the Corapia. Without a word of protest, he entered his cage.
I now understand you, Sahiba.
I doubt that.
We can no longer turn back. The Abyss is following us, and if we stop, we will fall. I think something is wrong. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm mad. Or finally sane. I don't understand the signs anymore.
It's never too late to take another path.
You know that's not true. We will win. Or we will be damned.
Excuse my curiosity, mistress, but if this is not about revenge, then why are we doing all of this?
Reasons are shackles that chain us to our fears.
Is that what you think? I think it's about power. It's always about power. The sweet freedom of having nothing but blue sky above you.
So, if you really want revenge against Marwan...
This is not about revenge.
Oh, no one believes that. What else can all this palaver be about?
Does it matter?
Well, just so long as you keep your promises. Human kings forget all about their promises too often, and then they suddenly die, and it's all too late.
Does my face unsettle the great Adamant?
I've seen prettier. What does this wench want from Adamant the Shaper?
How was your master turned to stone?
During Marwan's storm of Mengbilla, she unleashed her master creation, the Great Petrifier.
I've met him.
She eventually managed to tame it, but not before its breath had already reached her.
And you're sure she's still alive?
When I touch the stone, I can hear her scream.
The wench wants to know secrets.
She won't get any from Adamant. His oath is to his master only, and he cannot break it.
Your master seems to be very important to you, Great Adamant. I can understand that. But when you want to save her, you should confide in my mistress.
Adamant has been trying to bring Namaka back for 2 years now. What makes you think that wench would succeed, where Adamant has failed?
Your master, Namaka, has left her research notes behind. Notes in which one could find some clues.
Is Adamant known for being naive? The first Kyrios keeps Namaka's research behind lock and key.
Only as long as Marwan rules. My mistress means to cut that time short.
Ah, slowly you're putting ore into the crucible. Everything Adamant says better remain between us.
Discretion is our trade.
Then listen. Once a week, Adamant's servants smuggle bloody sand from the arena of El Alem. The wares are sent through a small door in the wall, near the great floodgates. Let Adamant live, and he can bring a handful of men into the city, unseen.
The Shaper will have to give us more in exchange for his master's life.
Fine. Maybe this can be of use to you. Our colleague Shinna rips out the eyes of anyone who calls her mad. So you probably shouldn't do that.
Let him go.
I knew she would not dare to lay a hand on the Great Shaper.
Be careful that she doesn't change her mind.
The old city of the Grand Viziers had seen many battles. Its walls were strong, and Marwan's governor Darius had no fear of the Silent Legion. Let them come, he thought.
And remember, Adamant has promised to smuggle some of us behind the walls.
When the governor realized his defenses had been subverted, he became anxious. He was no friend of the creators and their chimeras, but now Darius ordered them to play the organs of hell. At the first dawn after the battle, Faramud went out into the field. Written in the blood of his enemies, he found omens from his god Kor. No one knew how these omens had come to be, but the Manticore obeyed them, and the Legion obeyed the Manticore.
There are more mosquitoes than last year. Is that possible, wise man?
A wet summer, Your Eminence.
Wet, yes. Half, you say?
Maybe. Not quite half.
Not quite. Enlighten me, wise man, because this seems curious to me. How can it be that my young wife, a pitiful creature that has never even been to war, has, with nothing but a ragged band of prisoners, made a wreckage out of almost half of my realm? No wise answer? Why, in the name of all demons, am I suddenly surrounded by the shrunken heads of my commanders? Did I give the 9 districts to insipid freeloaders? Send the cohorts!
As you wish, Your Eminence.
And have their heads buried. Incapable as they might have been, they still deserve their peace.
You look unwell, mistress.
Is that an Al-Unfan compliment?
She has a fever.
Sahiba, the first Kyrios has finally sent an answer. A cohort is coming from the west, another one from the south. They carry cages with the monsters of the creators, dozens of them. The Silent Legion is strong, Sahiba, but this enemy is much stronger than us.
That's it then. We're dead.
No, dying is not an option. Heaven, earth, ruler, heavenly right. All tactics are based on deception. Heaven, earth.
Sahiba, are you all right?
I'm reading.
Heaven? Earth? I think I'm getting an idea.
For years, the creators had been mining marble for their palaces on the heights of Aralcor. The river had cut deeply into the rock, but rock was the ally of the dwarves.
We will turn heaven and earth upside down. Let stones rain down on that bloody river. That'll buy us some time. And meanwhile, the rest of us will lure the second cohort into the swamps.
The day had come. The day when they would either hear songs of victory or the calls of carrion birds. The day when Marwan played his hand. She did it. No doubtful gaze fell on Cassia Corapia in this hour. Beneath her, the earth was shaking. Her triumph was so near, tangible. And then, she felt the claws of the venom.
Oh, what are we doing here?
We're gathering rain quartz.
Friends, am I the only one wondering about the point of all this? I mean, the girl is dead.
We should prepare ourselves. The journey will be long.
Very soon, 100 bounty hunters will be after our heads. We should prepare to disappear.
Niobe knows a way to heal her.
As I said, dead. Those who put their lives in the hands of a witch are dead. Or worse. Think about it, 30 bits of rain quartz. 2 should be enough for a remedy.
Better too much than too little.
She's mad.
The Sahiba is not mad.
Oh, says the rooster about the hen.
The poison of the Karapias either steals your life or your mind. In the Sahiba's case, they steal her life.
And?
Therefore, the Sahiba is not mad.
But there could also be a third possibility.
And that being?
The spider's venom is deadly, but perhaps Cassia lost her mind before she was bitten.
Oh, great. And why exactly do we follow a mad, dying woman, then?
She made me a promise.
All of us. And you, dwarf, are far too ingenious to leave her.
For 2 weeks, Cassia's campaign had ground to a halt. For 2 weeks, her entourage champed at the bit. Now, finally, the wounded spider ventured out of her hiding place once more.
So many stars up there. Hard to think with them hanging so low. I can almost touch them.
You seem to have recovered, mistress.
Bloodletting is horrible. Feels as if your life force is draining away. But Niobe knows her craft.
Niobe. Yes.
You're losing a lot of blood. Didn't Niobe say bloodletting wouldn't save you?
There are questions in my blood. Poisoned voices. Have to flow out. All of them. Tomorrow. Tomorrow we attack again. You mistrust her?
Yes. And her walking free all of a sudden. I don't like that either.
She's still my prisoner.
Who says she's not playing a game with us? Look, believe me, I have a lot of experience with lying witches.
Let her play. We're better at this game. Do you have the crystals?
All 30 of them.
And the night lilies?
What night lilies?
We also need 30 night lilies.
Oh, first it's roots, then it's crystals, now she wants flowers?
I'm sorry to be such an inconvenience. No leaves, no healing. It's Niobe's recipe, not mine.
Your leaves, your recipes.
How well do you know Niobe?
She's a fake, that much is for certain. All those tinctures she smears at her face. Ugliness is worse than death, she says. Ha! What could be more dignified than an old, wrinkled face? There's one thing I still can't get straight in my head. On the very day Niobe storms my valley, the three of you turn up out of nowhere. Now, a dwarf might wonder who it was opened the door for Niobe's men.
The one with the golden knob?
Yes, the door with the golden fucking knob.
Why don't you ask Niobe yourself?
Oh, I did. The witch claimed Zurbaran betrayed my hideout to her, which is obviously just meant to drive a wedge between us.
Obviously. Zurbaran is family. Let the snake spit her poison. She won't drive a wedge between us.
So, you don't know who betrayed me either?
Niobe surely had her spies. One of your carters, perhaps. One ingredient is still missing. Which one?
If I tell you that, I'm dead.
You're too mistrustful, dear friend.
Might have something to do with all the corpses you leave behind.
I swear to you.
Your oaths are worthless, Cassia. I need safety.
You are afraid. I can see you shaking.
Yes.
Because you feel the end draw closer. Because you do not know what will come after.
No. I know what's coming.
Although his subjects hardly ever saw their Kyrios, Marwan still liked to portray himself as a man of the people. And, like the emperors of old, he wanted to gift his people with healing baths. Of the mighty complex, only the main building had been finished. Cassia would make sure it stayed that way. With a solemn ceremony, Cassia named the building site the Corapia Baths. From now on, the wineskins of the mercenaries were always filled with strengthening spring water.
What were you planning to do with all that money?
What should I have done with it?
I just asked you that.
I don't understand this conversation.
What's the use of hoarding gold if you don't spend it?
What's the use? Oh, you biggins know so little.
The creators provided Marwan with their chimeras, and Marwan provided them with new beasts for their creations. Tigers, monkeys, and lizards were carted all over the emirate. The camps of the creature hunters appeared everywhere. Cassia had all of the beasts stuffed and sent one to each of Marwan's governors. But to Marwan himself, she only sent a mosquito in a glass.
What am I eating?
Grub cake.
Grub cake?
Made of dried silkworms. Good for the stomach.
Oh.
We're friends, aren't we, Norin, son of nobody? We're family. You'll remain faithful to me.
Well, faith comes to those that pay for it.
Sometimes I close my eyes and I'm back in my labyrinth. Walls everywhere. No beginning, no end. No gods to watch over my thoughts. Wandering in perfect silence. Then I'm happy.
Nothing's better than a stone roof over your head.
At least no one saw my face. All eyes used to be drawn to it like moths to a flame. Now they run from me, as if I'm a demon.
Stop it, or you'll make me cry.
Life has a brittle quality, don't you think? Sometimes I'm overcome by tiredness. Sometimes I wish I stayed in my dungeon.
Yes, well, look, whatever happens, lass, this dwarf's looking out for you. After all, we're family. Well, at least, you know.
To put an end to the attempts on his life once and for all, Marwan stormed the hideouts of the crows. But Cassia was also interested in the mysterious assassins. As silently as death's wings, her boat floated out of the mist. The crows had been ordered to kill Marwan. Cassia did not know by whom, and the head of the crows remained silent, so she paid his fee and recruited him. Coquinley, the great hatchery of the swarm, was hidden deep below Istina. Cassia knew she had to seal Coquinley off, otherwise Shinna's creatures would fall on her army like locusts. The caves of Coquinley burned, and so did Shinna's insects. After 4 hours, the great hatchery lay silent. Every last one of Marwan's governors finally realized the danger of the Silver Corapia. The commanders hastily mobilized the reserves. As the dust settled, the banner of the Silver Corapia still flew above the gates. High upon the heights of Aralcor, the latest monument to Marwan's greatness was being constructed. The colossus of the Kyrios rose up high into the sky, visible for miles. Cassia wanted to see it fall. And so the great colossus fell, and the message that the time of the first Kyrios was coming to an end spread like wildfire. The Acropolis of Kabakal had been home to the creator Tikates for many decades. They called him the Silent, as he seldom talked. After all, why share secrets with those who could never understand? They pursued Tikates into the hallowed halls of his hideout. Here, the creations for which he was admired and feared came into being.
Right. Where by Angros's forge are we, friends?
Inside the heart of beauty. But looking at you, I harbor little hope that you'll understand.
Keep your philosophy to yourself. I only need your melody. Tend to his wounds and take him to the camp.
The melodies. I hope you know what you're doing. In the wrong hands, their effects can be devastating.
What does that mean?
Play all 5 melodies at once, and people will die in thousands. But I guess that's exactly what you want.
Cassia had the creator brought to her camp, hoping to draw secrets from Tikates the Silent. Meanwhile, a delivery from the Horasian Empire had arrived. The message read, "The Emperor appreciates your courageous fight for freedom and sends you the finest swords of his realm."
Oh, good luck with that one. He won't talk.
Not a word?
Not a word.
I like that. Does my face unsettle you? Do you know who I am? I need answers. Help me, and I'll give you the catacombs of Mengbilla. You can do whatever you want down there.
Is that all?
You love secrets, don't you? I could share a few with you.
I'm breathless with anticipation. But not all secrets are interesting. What is this about?
A secret about the beauty in the world. I know a lot about beauty.
Applause. I will help you, Cassia of Tenos. Not for these promises. Nobody cares about your promises. But you've made me curious. And you're obviously much less vulgar than your husband. Listen to me. I don't tend to repeat myself. If you want to storm the capital, this might help you. There's a wall around the Sun Hill, 20 paces high and nearly insurmountable. Very few insiders know of a secret door in this wall. Give me a map, and I'll show you where to find the door and how to open it.
Why is beauty so important?
It's the only thing I never found.
You can recognize beautiful things by their thorns.
You must know. I heard it too often. The most beautiful face in Mengbilla belongs to Cassia of Tenos. As always, the audience was wrong. Why beauty means so much? Look around you. Everything is in flow. Change everywhere. Growth, decay. Why, we ask ourselves, have the gods not created a perfectly finished world? Because even they were searching for the secret of beauty. Because our whole universe is working towards a final state of perfection, balance, harmony, beauty. Find its secret, and you'll be more powerful than the gods.
Let him go.